Okay, I'm Jane Mark. Welcome, everyone. It's, what day are we today? Oh, it's September 7th. We're doing something very special today, which we'll get to a little later on in the webinar. My partner, Phil Baston, who developed Onyalist, is sitting at my left. And anyone who would like to ask questions during the webinar, just type them in the chat box and Phil will answer your questions. I never finished who I was, so let me formally introduce myself. I'm Jane Mark, and I'm the president of So Cool Inc., which basically means I'm chief cook and bottle washer. So that's that. I have a fancy title, but that's pretty much what it means. So once again, I'd like to welcome you. This is going to be a very special webinar because we're going to review some things. I'll tell you what they are in a minute. And a little later on, we're going to launch a new site with you guys. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then if you promote it, you can earn from it. So I'm glad you're here. Now, before we get started and before we put our follow along link up, I want to ask you guys a question. And I want you just to type the answers in the chat box to Phil. And let's just see if you can get this answer. Here's the question. In order to get leads at Onyalist, you need to do one of two things. What are they? Now, there's not only one right answer to this, so just type your answers up. Let me read the question again. In order to get leads at Onyalist, you need to do one of two things. What are they? So don't be shy. Let's get some answers. What do we got, Phil? Read me some answers. I'll read them to the group. Phil's smiling, so we must be getting some very good answers. All right, here we go. What do we got? Yeah. No, wait a minute, guys. Maybe this question isn't a very good one. So here's the answer. Okay. But we got a lot of answers that say the first thing you need to do is create a capture page. Yes, that's right. But it's not exactly what I was after, because obviously you have to create a capture page on your list before you can do anything. There are really two answers here. Yes, the second one. Who said that? The advertise first. Oh, Linda said it first. Okay, a whole bunch of you got it right. And Dennis got it right. Yes. Mike got it right. Thomas Garcia got it right. Great, guys. Okay, you got that part of it right. Now, there's a second way. Advertise is the correct answer. There is another way that you can do this if you don't want to advertise yourself. So Phil's going to put up the follow along link, and I'm going to tell you what it is. And what it is, and this became very popular. I didn't know everybody needed this, but apparently a lot of people like this. Phil's going to put up the link, and you'll see something on the follow along link, which is called Done For You. And as a matter of fact, in the members area, let me get into Onyalist, because this is important. Some of you may not know where to start, and some of you may be ultra busy, and you may very well want us to do it for you. And so here's where you find that service in Onyalist. When you log into Onyalist, you just go to, let me get into my account. You log in. Oh, what happened here? Hang on. Oh, I thought I couldn't log into my account. That would be a major disaster. Okay, we have something, and we just did this really because a lot of you were requesting it, called Onyalist Done For You. And there are two ways to use this service. And for those of you who are absolutely comfortable with creating your own capture pages and you know exactly where to promote it and how to promote it and you can get your own leads, you don't really need this. This is a full soup to nuts two of these packages are full soup to nuts. We create the capture page. We create your sales funnel for you. We create your custom page. And when I make one today, you'll see what I'm talking about. And we promote it for you. We promote it to our list. We promote it on SoCool. We promote it twice, big promotions for you twice. And that gets you a lot of leads. Plus, we give you the ads that Phil writes once he does your capture page. So this package can set you up. And it is not for you guys who have been marketing and who don't need this kind of help. But if you do, and if you're a member, don't take this package unless you're not a member of Onyalist. This is for people who are not unlimited members of Onyalist. This package is for people who are already members of Onyalist. So that's one way you can start. And it might be worth it for some of you who really want to get off on the right foot. For example, this week we did 2 pages for two of our clients. And one of them has already taken in about 20 leads, and the other one last time I looked at 27 leads. And you can follow up with those leads in 2 ways, which I'm going to show you. That is great, guys. I mean, that is really worth doing it if you don't know how to get leads or you're very, very busy. Plus, these people now have a professionally done capture page, a professionally done custom page, and they get all of the ads, which Phil charges $4.97 just to do one ad copy for people. So you get 3 of them, a short ad, a long ad, and an ad that we put in SoCool on Coolwall. So this is another way. Yes, it costs money, but it's another way to get leads. This may be beneficial, and it's only $99. By the way, these are only one-time charges. Many of you may not be able to create what we call the custom page in Onyalist. It's not that you can't create it, because when we get there, it's a very simple editor that we use. But if you want a professional looking one where you get a custom page that either has your profile picture on it or a logo for the site you're promoting, this may be really worth doing for you. You all get a custom page that's about Onyalist in your members area. When you go to create a page, all of you can add a custom page. All unlimited members can add a custom page that is a default custom page that promotes Onyalist. But if you are uneasy or queasy or simply want a custom page that's done in HTML where you can add graphics and stuff, then this might very well be worth your time. So let's do, after the webinar, this is for people who are already Onyalist members, and this is for people who are not yet Onyalist. It includes an Onyalist membership. So there we go. I just wanted to let you know that that's available because people have been asking us, and when our people ask, we try to listen. So there you go. Okay, now what are we going to do today? Let me show you. Let me get back to Onyalist, and then we'll get into the meat of this webinar. Give me 1 second here. I have so many things on my favorites that getting to them is a task. Okay, here's what we're going to do today. First, I'm going to log into my account, and I'm just briefly, I'm not going to do the whole thing for you. I just want to show you that over the last about 7 to 10 days, we've added some special services. You have to be an unlimited member in order to use these services. But we've added some new ones, and I just want to make you aware that they're there. So I'll show you those in a minute. You can see them on the screen. Okay, then I'm going to create a capture page that is going to be about the launch of our new mailer. Then I'm going to show you how the new mailer works, which is really an interesting mailer, and then we're going to launch the mailer. Okay, so let's just run through what's in the special settings. When you create a page, you will see at the bottom of Create Page, you will see a section at the very bottom that says Special Settings. When you go there, it gives you an option to post to Facebook, Twitter, Yakima, and so cool. So you can take any of your capture pages, post one a day to the social media sites. That's under social setting. This one is a hoot if you can figure out how to use it. It's not very hard, but for me, this is a timer that you can add to any of your capture pages. And some of you who are here today probably got here by seeing my capture page that had the timer on it. And it was counting down to today. So you can add a timer. The basic way, if you want to add it, you check yes, and it will show on a certain part of the capture page. And the most important thing that you have to get right is to start with setting the date. And there's a calendar here. I'm not going to try to go through the whole thing now. First, pick your date. Then figure out how many hours it is once you pick your date to the day that your event is going to happen. The minutes and the seconds will then follow. Then you just pick display days. If it's months, I don't think anyone uses a timer for months, but maybe you do. But usually you display the days, the hours, the minutes, and the seconds. And then you just click Add to Timer. That's it. It's now on your capture page. Okay, so let's go back to special settings. You can also add a phone number now where instead of just seeing on your capture page name, email as two boxes, you will, when you add this, a third box will come up and it will say it will ask for the person's phone number. I don't use this, but you are free to use it. The reason I don't use it is because people are often very reluctant to leave a phone number. I know everybody wants phone numbers, but people are often reluctant to leave it. So they will do one or two things. They will leave your page, which is not what you want them to do because then you lose a lead, or they will add a phony number. But some of you have programs that really depend on your being able to call people. So that's entirely up to you as to whether you want to add a phone number. Okay, here you can add a personal image. It will just let you you select a page, any page that you've made already or a new one that you're in the middle of making. You can add your own page, your own profile image or a logo. It has to be either 100 by 100 or 150 by 150. If you try to add anything else, you're going to get an error message. So make sure the image is 100 by 100 or 150 by 150. I tried to go 75 by 75. It didn't work. So don't even try. Just follow the instructions and it's great. It will insert your profile or your logo in place of where the arrows are now. Special settings, back we go. Add Google Analytics. This is also something our clients have asked us. You can put Google Analytics either on your capture page or on your custom page or both. And you just have to read how you do that. I just want to let you know, I mean, we're not really doing a webinar about the special settings, so I'm just letting you know that they're there. Resize it. Some of you have said, can we make the page, both the image and the overlay, somewhat smaller? So we added this, and you can choose to make, I don't really know why you want to do this, but some people want to do this. You can either make the image of the capture page 400 pixels wide or 500 pixels wide. The reason we didn't go smaller is because once you start getting below those pixels, you really can't see what the capture page says, so it's not really very valuable. But if you want to make the image smaller because you have a place on your blog you want to put it, or you want to put it on your website, you can now do that. Okay, so let's get into the heart of the matter here. What I'm going to do is create a capture page specifically for the launch of this mailer that we're going to do a little bit later. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a text one, not a video. So I'm going to select this page, and I'm going to call it, let's get rid of this dog's life, or I'm going to get confused here. Okay. I'm calling this capture page Steps to Success. And you're going to see why in a minute. So let's get that in first. Steps to Success. Now remember, whatever you pick up here, whatever you call your page, is going to be picked up in the URL that gets generated. So you want to pick something that either is a good keyword, like success is a very good keyword, or something that says something about the site that you're promoting. All right, now I'm going to give the first line, and it's going to be about, let's see, we're going to do one that has to do, of course, with the mailer that we're going to do. So I've already got that set up. What we got here? Climb the steps of success. What it's going to say in the first place is climb the steps of success. Let me copy it. Phil, I can't get this to copy. You're going to have to stop for a second and copy. Just hit copy for me, please. Copy that line. Hang on, guys. I'm having a little technical problem here. Okay, thanks. All right, so I want to intrigue people to come to this launch. So I'm going to pop in here. Climb the steps of success. Find out with this new launch today. Get started. Climb the steps of success. And you can see when I click on it, it put it into the capture page. Find out how with this new launch today. Get started. I don't think it can fit in the started, but we'll just leave that for a minute. Okay, so now I want to get their name and email. Remember, you can add your phone number, and that you can add a request for a phone number, and there'll be a third box here. But for me, I just want their name and email address. So I'm just going to leave it at enter your best email below to request more info now. And I'm going to leave that in yellow. You can change the colors if you like. So now let's give it a third line. Okay, I'm going to say stuff like, start earning today. This is a hybrid mailer. I'm just having a very hard time, so you're going to have to just click that over for me. Sorry, guys. This little box there. No, up, up, up. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Just having a little technical problem today, so bear with me. Okay, so what I'm going to say here is I'm entering Title 3. Thank you very much. This is a hybrid mailer. Join and get started earning money today. You know what I love about using capture pages? You can actually type words like money, cash, paid, and you don't get blocked by the email ISPs. So otherwise, usually, you know how everybody puts these little dashes in the word money and paid and cash? You don't have to do that on the capture page. All right, let's make that white for the time being. There it is. It showed up on my editor capture page. Now, this is very important, so I'm going to spend some time on it. You can choose to add an autoresponder like Aweber, GetResponse, Traffic Wave, or GVO. And in order to do that, you click one of them and you enter the list name. But if you want to use the Onyalist mailer, as you will see later why you need to do this, you need to check none. Very, very important that you check none, because when you check none, the list that you're creating will show up in the lists of lists that you can mail to with this new mailer. So this is very, very important. Some of you may have created lists with an autoresponder, and that's fine. If you want to change it so that you can mail to that list, you just go to that list, edit it, and check none. But it will only be the new names that will show that your mail will go to. So it is only starting from today, and I would suggest that you really create new lists for the mailer if you're interested in using it. But it will only be starting today, that all of the leads that you capture on a list where you've checked none, those leads will be able to be leads that you can mail to. Now, why can't you put an autoresponder and the Onyalist mailer in the same thing so that you can mail to them both? The reason is very simple. People get a validation email if you use an Aweber list or any of the other autoresponders. That's fine. They don't mind validating one list. If you have an autoresponder on it and we gave you the ability to email your leads, they would get a second validation email, which is really very annoying. People don't like it. They complain. So you have to choose one or the other when you're creating a list. Do you want to get it in an autoresponder, or do you want to get it onto the Onyalist mailer? And I'll show you how that works a little later. I'm just pointing it out because we're creating a page, and this is where you need to make a decision. Okay, so the Onyalist mailer happens to be in the Onyalist members area, so I'm going to direct people. This is my first redirect link or sales funnel. I'm going to direct them to Onyalist.com. The second target, if you were doing, say, an ordinary non-launch and you had two mailing lists that you wanted to promote, then in the second spot you might put in another mailer. I only want to get people into Onyalist today so that they can use the Onyalist mailer. So I'm going to choose this custom page to go into the second spot. And I have a custom page that Phil made for me, by the way, that is called Onyalist 1. and I'm going to save that. And so now when people see my capture page, when they fill in their name and email, they're going to get taken to Onyalist first. And if they don't like that and close the page, they're going to get taken to Onyalist second. But it's going to be a different kind of page, but it's all about Onyalist. So my goal here is to sell people Onyalist. End of story. I don't want to sell them any of my other sites right now or anything else. I want to sell them Onyalist. This is going to let me do it. So now I don't need it to select another custom page. Usually you can do 1, 2, 3 pages, but I only want 2, Onyalist and Onyalist 1. And when I'm finished, I want each of you to sign up to this capture page. I'll put it up in the chat box in a minute because I want you to see the process that's going to happen if you decide to get the online mailer and use it. Okay, now I'm going to choose a background, and remember I called this climb or your ladder to success or something about success, right? So I'm going to go here because I know there's an image that has a whole bunch of steps. So that really fits with what I'm trying to promote. So I'm going to select that. You need to actually click on it and select it, otherwise it won't show. And up at the top it says click to proceed. So I'm clicking on that, and as you can see, the background changed, and it's now showing in the background, it's showing these steps. Okay, so now I have a choice of my overlays. I'm going to look at this and see if the black overlay is okay. We'll check that in a minute. Now I'm going to choose an action button. These are action buttons, all of them different kinds that you can create, and you can create your own button. We did that last week, so I'm not going to show you. It's real easy. Create your own button. You can just follow the instructions. But I have some buttons that I created. So I'm going to use He Who Hesitates is Lost. And that's the button that I'm going to use today on that page. Okay, so there's my capture page. Now you get one shot. Remember we were talking about pinging, some of you who were early, and how important pinging is. Before you save your details, you can check a box that says ping 50 weblogs. That tells the search engines that new content came online. So now I'm going to check that box, and then I'm going to save my details. So now let's take a look at what we have wrought here. Okay, there's my steps to success. And if I click on it, it'll show me the big version. And for me, that's fine, because these steps, which I'm referring to, the steps of success, you can see them in the background, and you can see the text clearly. And so I'm going to keep that. If I didn't like it, I could go back and edit it, but I'm going to keep this one, and we're going to use it for launching the live mailer. So here's what I'd like you to do first. This is actually okay. Now I got it. P, I need you to get this up in the chat box. So here it's copied, and just put it up in the chat box. Okay. All right. So there's the page we just created. So if you guys put that URL in your browser, that is the launch browser. And the reason I want you to sign up is because I want you to see what the process is like. So I'm going to show you here right on the screen I'm going to type my name in. I'm going to type my email address in. And then I'm going to click on He Who Hesitates Is Lost. Now, notice what I see. It tells me that I will get a validation link in my email, janemark1@gmail.com. That validation gets my leads to be legally on my list, which we're calling Steps to Success, and I am then legally able to mail them. Now, where is that lead going to show up? Let's go into my account and go to my leads. Takes a little while to come up, and I have a lot of leads, guys. I use this site every day for everything. I just love it. So let's see where. I don't want to see my leads except for, you can now search your leads. So I want to look at only the list Steps for Success, which we just created. So I'm going to search for that. And oh my goodness, I thought it was going to only be me on it. Now I have a lot of, you guys are great. You signed up fast. Okay, there's my sign up. And you will get a validation email, and it will tell you that you have subscribed to the list Steps to Success. So that makes it, when I go to mail you guys, that makes it legal for me to mail you. You will also get a welcome letter. And the reason I want you to look at those two things, the validation link and the welcome letter, is because you don't have any control over the validation link, but you do have control over what the welcome letter says. Okay, so let's now go and unveil this mailer, which I am very enthusiastic about. If you are in your members area on your list, you're going to see a new section called mailing section, and then you will see, if this is an upgrade, guys, by the way, we cannot run what amounts to almost an autoresponder for one-time payments. So this is a monthly payment, and those of you who click on it now are going to be asked to upgrade. It's $29.95 a month up to 2,500 leads. So all of you can get started if you want to use the mailer for $29.95, because even I have about almost 2,500 leads, but most of you are not going to get 2,500 leads that fast. So you will see the mailer is not open, but I will show you what it looks like. If you have paid for the mailer, here's what you will get. You can send your emails in text or HTML, for those of you who know HTML. And the reason I love this mailer, and let's go through it a little bit before I do any mailing at all. The reason I love it is because I can mail all my lists, I can mail to multiple lists, or I can mail to one list. So let's say I just wanted to mail just to you guys who just signed up to Steps to Success. I would just pick that. I would put my subject line in and my mail. I'm not going to show you email all, because that's very simple. I'm not going to actually email to just one list. But if you were mailing to either or all your lists or just one list, and where the lists come from? The lists come from the capture pages you create. Okay, so if I was going to mail to one list, I just put this in. Okay, Phil. Okay, do you want to take over this? I just click there and no, and the bottom. Thanks. Okay. Okay. All right, so if I was going to mail to this one list, all I would do is hit send mail and I would get a confirmation that it mailed. If I wanted to mail to all my lists, I would do the same thing, except I would check email all my lists. But let's say I just wanted to mail to certain lists that might be interested in mailers or might be interested in on your list. So then I would choose email multiple lists. Now, how do in the other case, in the first two cases, mail one list, mail all your lists. You just hit send mail and that's it. When you choose email multiple lists and you hit send email, that's where you're given the opportunity to choose from the lists that you want to mail to. So I'm just going to choose steps to success. Let's see, all your lists in one place. They might be interested in that. There's probably another one on Cool Mail, which I probably won't. Oh, here's one, Sugar Mail. That's a mailer. So if you're mailing to lists that have similar interest, you will get to choose that once you actually put the ad in. So I'm just going to choose 3 for now. And then I'm going to hit send mail. And that's it. It's very, very simple. And I'm going to log into another account in a minute because now I can't mail. You can only mail once a day on the mailer. You can mail to one list. You can mail to all your lists. Or, well, actually, that's not true. I mailed to 3 lists. It will tell you if you've mailed. See how this says I can mail in 24 hours? So I mailed to that list. I cannot mail again to that list for another 24 hours. And here's the other one, all your lists in one place. I mailed to that one. It says can mail in 24 hours. So I can't mail to them again today. And wherever the other third one, here it was, Sugar Mail, I can't mail to that list today. But if I want to go back in and choose some other lists, I could mail to them. And you just go, you put your ad in if you're choosing multiple lists, and it will give you the lists that are now available for you to mail to. Now, the reason I love this, obviously it's a mailer, that's great, and all of us love mailers. But it is also, you can, first of all, you're going to view your mailing history. And this is very nice because it tells you, for example, I mailed to all of my lists. So it tells you what subject line you mailed, what date, this was yesterday, what date you mailed to those lists. And it will then list all of the lists that you actually mailed to. Here's the one that I just did today. And it will just tell you it just mailed to Sugar Mail, all your steps to success. Just launch the online magical mailer. So first of all, it gives you the history. Now, if I go back to the mailer, and this is really nifty, we send out, every time you get a lead, they get a validation email. And those of you who signed up, you saw that. You got a validation email. And you get a welcome email. Well, there's a default welcome email. And if you want to see it, let's just put the default one. If I choose a list that I want to send a different kind of welcome email in, it will put in the default email. This is what everyone gets. And make sure that you're comfortable changing it. You can change this, but you certainly want to leave things like hi first name, welcome to, and this will insert your list name, and that's what your recipients will see. But here's the stuff that you can change. This one says, in the days coming, you'll receive information that you requested when you subscribed, as well as my personal recommendations, which are designed to help you succeed online. Now, you may have a completely different agenda. So it's this middle part that you can customize in any way you would like to. And if you have a specific interest, if you deal with health or fitness or pets or whatever you have set up a list about, then you can change this to really match the interest of your list, which is really, really, really cool. So you can really target your information. I would not change the first name thing. I would not change the welcome to list name. That's important for people to see. But and I would end it with thanks again for joining list name. But if you want to do a different signature, just leave the tag in there because it is important. Most people don't remember what they did yesterday, let alone that they signed up to your list a few days ago, right? So when you leave the list name in there, it gives them a comfort level. It may ring a bell that they've seen this, and anyway, they know exactly what they signed up with. And it will give them the list name here and the list address, meaning your address. So this really comes from you. This is very unusual. Yes, if you are a member of AWeber, GetResponse, or certain other autoresponders, you can do similar things, but you cannot do that this easily. And I'll tell you why I asked Phil to set up this kind of mailer. I don't know about you guys, but if I need to set up a list, a new list, okay, in AWeber, I just turn to Phil and say, Phil, could you please set up this list? Because I can't do it. I find it very difficult and very time-consuming to keep setting up lists in my autoresponders. This gives me a really easy way out. Here's the process. I set up a capture page just like we did, like you watched me set up a capture page. I promote the capture page. I get leads to my capture page, and then I mail them daily. That's it. I don't have to set up all this fancy stuff that they have in AWeber and GetResponse, and oh my God, give me a break. So who this mailer really is for? Two ways to use this mailer. You can use it kind of as a hybrid. If you want to use your autoresponders, great, by all means use them. But you can also set up certain lists where you're going to use only the on your list mailer. And then you remember to check none when you create your page. It is also great for those of you who are starting out online and don't have an autoresponder, or those of you who do have an autoresponder but don't want to set up another, list in it. I almost used some bad language there. This is great because it is dead easy to use. I mean, dead easy to use. So here's the point of this. You want to create capture pages. Your second step is to get leads to those capture pages, like here. Whenever you want to see what leads that have come in, you go to my leads, and it will start with the most amount of leads. Like this one has 1,100 and here's 362. It will tell you the exact number of leads that you have in a list. And if you want to use the new online list mailer, you can simply go into edit on create page, on my pages. If you go to my page, you can edit any one of these capture pages, and all you have to do is go in and take, if it has AWeber or Traffic Wave or whatever, and you decided that from now on you want those leads to come into your on your list mailer and you want to be able to mail them, then you just take the autoresponder off a current one, a capture page that you've created, and you're done. And they will appear any list where you've either created it without an autoresponder or you've taken your autoresponder off, which I have done in 99% of my lists now. I have taken off the autoresponder because, frankly, I would prefer to use this mailer. It is drop dead easy. And you shouldn't, it does prevent you can only mail once a day, but you know what? You should not be mailing your list members more than once a day. So you can mail to all of your lists individually, and you can mail as many lists as you have. But once you mail them, you cannot mail them again for another 24 hours. But other than that, it's really has no restrictions on it. You can do nice long emails to people. You can format them. Even if you don't know HTML, you can do bold. You can change the font size. You can add color. You can do whatever you want with your mailing. So I'm very hyped about the Onyalist mailer. I really love this mailer. Now, I said we're going to promote it. At the end, we're going to promote it. All I'm going to do to promote this is, let's go out of Onyalist. Oh, by the way, here's the second part of the page. This is a custom page that I was talking about. Let's just look at it for a minute. Because in the beginning, I mentioned that Phil will do one of these for you, and he did this one for me, and it happens to be on Onyalist, but it can be on anything. And you can put in a graphic, which I find difficult to do. That's why he does it and I don't. And you can make it say whatever you want. So this is a very nice thing to have at the end of your sales funnel. You really do want to put a custom page that says whatever you want it to say on it. It's very, very effective. All right, let's do one post because we're running out of time, and I know it's Saturday and I don't want to keep you guys late. But I'm going to go into So Cool. And if you look at the follow along link that Phil gave you, one of the places, after I put my link into CoolPing, like I showed you in the beginning, which is so easy to do, I go over to So Cool. That is the first place I take anything. I don't care what I'm promoting. My own program, somebody else's program, it gets posted and emailed at So Cool first. So I'm going to paste this, and it's going to go to all my social media sites. This is just a short post. Oh, that's too long if I leave my name in there. So this has the capture page in it that I just created. I'm going to go to post message box, which when we're on the webinar, by the way, it's not a webinar on So Cool, so I'm just going to show you one post. Many of you know you can email, build lists at So Cool. I put this all over So Cool, and I'm just going to pop that ad in. I'm going to go post to all networks. I'm going to go update. Says my post will be added soon. What I just did is post this new launch now. Remember, I'm building a list for it too. So that I can talk to people about this mailer in the future. I'm posting it to Facebook and LinkedIn, and I'm posting it to Delicious and Dig and FriendFeed, and you name it. It's going out there all over the net. Now, the next thing I'm going to do with it, I don't know if I can mail yet again because it's every 3 days, but I have 17,000 trackers or list members, or 18,000 now at So Cool. I can't mail again yet. But if I could, I would go over here and I would pop in that same short message that I just put on all my social media sites, and I would send it out to my list members at So Cool. This is the most important place that you can promote. And one of let me see if I can grab the follow along link, just because I want to show you something on it. The reason that we have a bonus up here on your follow along link is, let me get the follow along link open, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. This is the follow along link that Phil, oops. Oh, this is the mailer. Do I have the right follow along link here, P? Because it's not opening. So I put it up at the top here, but I don't think I actually put the right one up there. So you got to shoot me the follow along link. The reason that we have a bonus that has to do with so-called, not just with the done for you service. And there we go. Okay, let me open this for a minute. Again, remember we started this with a question, which is, what do you do once you create a capture page? You have to promote it. And for those of you who were here in the beginning, you saw how easy that is to do at Cool Ping. But the next, and if you upgrade today, this is the bonus you'll get with the mailer, which is 2 million tokens at So Cool, which continues to grow a list for you on autopilot. So these tokens are very valuable. If you order a done for you service, which we talked about in the beginning, where Phil does this for you and I do the promotions for you, you will get 10 million tokens at So Cool with the big order, meaning the package that's, I think it's $383. Is that right, Phil? Yeah, 383. Right. Now, why do we have the So Cool bonus where you become a silver member? Because you get an instant list of 500 targeted members. So you saw in So Cool where I just went, and if it had been 3 days that had gone by, I would be able to post to my list members. When you become a silver member at So Cool, and this is absolutely the most valuable thing that we offer, I swear to God, you get 500 targeted trackers. What does that mean? And then you can email them, just like I showed you. Every 3 days you can email them. Targeted trackers means when you signed up to So Cool, or if you didn't sign up, Phil put So Cool's link in SoCool.com in the box there. If you're not a member of So Cool, when you signed up, or when you sign up, you pick 3 categories of interest. So let's say you're a coach. We've got coaching, we've got biz ops, we've got marketing, we've got lawyers, doctors, you name the category. We've got about 100 different categories. And when you signed up, you picked 3 that you were interested in. So when you upgrade to silver, we actually look at your areas of interest and we add similar trackers who have taken those, let's say they chose home business. We add to your account 500 home business people. So you start off with a targeted list of 500 people. That would cost you $497 by itself, $497 just for the 500 trackers, because targeted trackers are much more valuable than general list members. Then, the other thing you get with So Cool is these 7.5 million tokens. They get you more trackers. So you start with 5. We auto build, and I'm not going to go into, we have plenty of training tapes at So Cool. You can see how we do that. But you don't do a thing. We add trackers to that 500 person list that you start off with, and we do it on autopilot. So bottom line here is, I would definitely grab this mailer because it is very versatile, and you can try it out with the capture pages that you have now, or you can leave the capture pages you have now exactly as they are, but when you start new ones, you can do it without an autoresponder added, and then you can mail daily on this bonus, on your list mailer. And those are targeted mailers because, after all, when you get leads to your capture page, they are targeted to whatever your capture page is sending them to. So this is not your average everyday mailer on the net where you're just mailing all the same people. They're really not interested in you or what you have to say. The people who have signed up to your capture page, you have made your capture page so intriguing that people wanted to actually see what it was all about. So you've got a real leg up by using the Onyalist mailer, because these are people, and it's very easy to use, by the way. I'm a tech idiot. You all know that, and I can use it. So it's really simple, and you can target your welcome message, which is really a nice thing to do. Now, as with any mailer, people who you are mailing to in the beginning, your first emails should always be not just something about a site that you want to promote. Don't hit them with an ad. Hit them with an introductory letter. I'm so glad you joined my Steps to Success list. What we're going to do is periodically I'm going to contact you about list mailing, because you seem to have a special interest in that, and that's my field of expertise. Something like that. Or you can tell them a funny story or what your background is. So when you first use this mailer, don't just send out an ad. This is true for anywhere you're promoting, by the way, not just here. But the next place you go is you take your capture page, you put it into Cool Ping, which we talked about earlier, which is set it and forget it advertising. And then the next place you go is So Cool, because So Cool is one of the most powerful places to mail on the net. So I know I've kept you guys on a I don't know about you guys. I'm in New York, and it is just the most beautiful Saturday you've ever wanted to see. And so I'm not going to keep you much longer. Phil is on, and he will stay here and answer your questions. And I will be happy to stay and answer your questions. If any of you would like to have a microphone and you would like to say hello, or you would like to ask a question out loud with a mic, just tell Phil and tell him you want to say hello and you have a question, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. And in the meantime, Phil is here, and he's happy to stay and answer your questions. And if you have a mic and you'd like to say hello, don't be shy. Just tell Phil what your name is and that you have a mic. And hey, Carl. Oh my goodness, I didn't get to say hello to so many of you. Barbara, how are you? Hey, Brenda. And Brian. How did you get in twice? Yeah, you're listed here twice. Hey, Carl, nice to see you. Hey, Chad, great to see you. Chris. Oh my, we have so many people. Christine, great to see you here. Hi, Corinne. Finally, you made it. I hope this was helpful for you. I'm so glad you're here today. Hey, Dell and Devin. Diana, great to see you. And Diane, nice to see you. Donald, hi. Hey, Ed. Elias, great to see you. Ellen. Zell, I said hello to you before because you were early. Nice to see you. Hi, Frank. Hey, Frank Perez, you're doing great at Onyalist. You're really doing well there, I can see. Hi, Gail. Gaston, I'm going to say your name again because I love it. Gaston Bouchard. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. Gisela, hey. Nice to see you. Jack, it's great to see you. James, nice to have you here. Jean, great to see you. Jeff, hello. Jimmy Rose, haven't seen you in a while. Great to have you here. John, nice to see you. Kathy. Hey, Ken. Great to see you. I hope you love our new mailer because it's a pip. It's really an interesting mail. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention to you when you obviously nobody can use the online mailer unless they're an on your list member, right? Because the mailer is actually in the on your list members area. So when you promote your on your list affiliate link now, you can get paid three ways from one person. You get paid if they buy the professional membership, right? You get paid 50% if you're an unlimited member. You get paid if they buy the unlimited membership. And now you get paid 25%, not 50, because this is a very costly mailer to run. But you get paid 25% recurring income when one of your downline buys into the on your list mailer. So one person, three sales. It's really, really a nice income earner all on its own on your list, because you can just promote on your list and come away with, I don't know, I think if they buy the professional unlimited, you get a $57 bill right there. Then you get another $7.25 a month on top of that every month that they stay on the mailer. So this is also additional income, which I forgot to mention. It's probably an interesting point that you can get paid now. One person comes to on your list and they are yours forever. If they upgrade, if they come in at 47 and then upgrade to unlimited, which by the way, all of you should upgrade to an unlimited membership, because what I just did with the three sales funnel and all those things for that you can choose to add onto your thing, you cannot do it at the professional level. If you miss the $67 additional payment, then I want you to email me at janemark4@gmail.com and just put in the subject line, I missed the discounted unlimited. Because if you go to upgrade now and you're a professional in the members area, it's going to cost you $97 to upgrade. And if you email me, I will get you the $67 link that you may have missed when you signed up. And that's the other thing, guys. The people who are buying the $47 membership, when they buy into on your list, 76% of them are buying the unlimited because they really see the value of having the more flexible account at on your list. So that means almost every sale that our members are making are at least a $57 sale right out of the box. And now we're adding the mailer, which is recurring income. So it's very nice when you can have one-time payments and then when you can get recurring monthly income. So start promoting this. We haven't even gotten the fact on the front page, sales page yet, that there's a mailer involved here. We will do that over the weekend, and by Monday it will be on the sales pages and therefore on all your affiliate pages. But in the meantime, you've got first crack at this mailer. Get it out there. And what I mean by that is just take your on your list affiliate link, tell them about on your list, but also mention in your promos there's this fabulous kind of hybrid mailer which is very easy to use and is part autoresponder and part regular contact mailer. Get it out there and you get the commissions. We want you to get the commissions on this new mailer. So are you still answering? Phil is typing away there. Are there any questions that are general that you want me to that everybody should know? And yes, you can. You can go if you're an on your list member. You just log into your members area. Let me show you where it is, because it's all the way down at the bottom. So let's go back. Let's log back into on your list. Hang on. Got to get back to on your list. Yeah, the mailer is open. But as I say, everybody pays for the mailer, including me. So you won't be able to access it until you pay the $29.95, obviously. But my point is that if you take your affiliate link for Onyalist out today, you just find Onyalist, and people buy the mailer. And don't worry, I'll be announcing this all over the net very soon, but I want to give you guys first crack at this because it really is an interesting mailer. So if you log into your account and you scroll all the way down here, it says mailing section, and right underneath that it says the on your list mailer. So everyone who's here today, when you click on that, it is going to ask you to purchase the mailer for $29.95. And there, obviously when your list build, the price will go up accordingly. It's just like AWeber's prices basically. But most of you, I'm sure, do not have more than 2,500 leads right now. So it's going to be $29.95 a month for everyone. But if you're not going to use it, don't purchase it. You're still going to get a commission on it for those who do purchase it. So you will not see, until you pay, you will not see the mailer like this. You will not see this. You will see an explanation, a kind of, short sales page on the mailer, and a payment section that says to pay the $29.95, and choose that one. You can pay by credit card or Payza. But the point is, anyone who's under you now or any of your future enrollees that come in under you and on your list, for which you always get paid a commission, you will now get paid a monthly recurring if they upgrade on your list mailer. And I can see if you guys had to ask where this is, I see we're going to have to put this in a bit more prominent place, which we'll figure out how to do. Because it's really an important part. I mean, you guys are I have seen such beautiful capture pages that you guys are making. Now you've got to get it out there on the net. And then you need to contact these people. Now, even if you don't use the mailer, even if you're just using an autoresponder or you're using nothing at all, when you go to my leads page, you will still be able to contact your list members. You can, let's say I want to view, this is a very big list, so let's take a smaller one that some of you might have. I can export my leads and I can put them in a group mailer at Gmail, or there are some autoresponders out there that let you import leads. But the most important thing is, do not let these leads go stale. And that is one of the reasons we wanted to open up a mailer. It is so important that if somebody left you their name and their email, they were interested in what your capture page was saying, you want to follow up on them right away. And as a matter of fact, some of you who have ordered the done for you, in my confirmation letter after my mailings and postings for you, I specifically say, please go back in. You now have 19 leads or 27 leads or 30 leads, however many there are in there. Contact them the same day, the next day. Don't let your leads, they're so valuable. So even if you contact them one by one, take their email, you've got their name, you've got their email, you know what date they signed up, contact them. But if you tend to start getting a lot of leads, then you do really need to use the mailer, because I am going to contact any new list that I have set up. I'm going to contact them either the same day or at least within 24 hours. And now I can do it by simply choosing that list like I showed you today. This is the most recent one, Steps to Success, and I sent out a mailing. And for those members who verified, they will get my email. So very important. Do not let your leads grow old. They are so valuable. People think that they have to have lists of hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people. That's not really true. Sure, it's great to have big lists. I'm not discouraging you from building big lists. But with a list of 50, 100, 200 people, you can do one heck of a lot of business. If you treat your list members right and you help them when they ask for help and you keep in touch with them, which is why a mailer is so important, you can do really fabulously well with a small list. And some people who have huge, huge lists do not make any more sales online than those people who work really diligently with 20, 30, 50 people. So get your leads, make your capture page, get your leads. If you want us to do it for you, try that. I mean, we just started that and we're getting backed up with orders now. So if you do want to do that, get your order in, because we're out to like the 3rd or 4th week of September now in terms of the promotion. But you don't have to wait for that. As soon as Phil creates your capture page, you don't have to wait for me. I will give you the 2 dates that we are going to promote for you, and it's a lot of big promotions, so it's good. But you don't have to wait for that. You can take the capture page that Phil creates for you and the funnel, the sales funnel, and get it out there right away. But the point here is follow up with your leads. Either do it via autoresponder, do it individually if you don't have all that many leads, or use the Onyalist mailer. I think you're really going to like this new edition. Okay, so Phil, I have to let these wonderful people go because I'm sure there's football or something on today that everybody wants to go to. I want to thank all of you for coming today. It's really great that you spent some of your Saturday with us, and I hope you like the new edition. By the way, there's more stuff coming on your list. I'll be mentioning that next week. But this is a big, big edition today, the Onyalist mailer. Take your affiliate links, let people know about it, earn some commissions. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye. We'll see you next time.